Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Senator Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. That's right. Hey, this here's the first state capital of Missouri back in 1821 to 1826. Thought I'd point that out again. I stopped doing that a long while back, but hey, you never can tell. People might like to know these things. Anyway, this is Thursday, November the 19th, 2020. Got a happy birthday shout out going out to Cindy Welch, Jennifer Rochelle, Ashley Nichole, Brady Croney, and David Tracy Moyet. All right, which one it is, I don't know. Whether it's Tracy or David, one of the two, you're going to both get a shout out for your birthday. It's true. It's true. So, hey David, hey Tracy, hey Brandy, hey Ashley, hey Jennifer, hey Sandy, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'ma say. You're one more year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey Cindy, hey Jennifer, hey Ashley, hey Brandy, hey David, or Tracy. I heard it's your birthday today. That's another trip around the sun that you've made. And wow, hoping that you're enjoying your day because it's your own happy birthday day. And happy birthday and many more to ya. All right. Well, all right. Cha 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 cha. All right, then. That being said, we got a pokey pal. Shout out to Amanda Sue Little and gerbil 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 or grubble gribble. It's either dribble snap or gerbil snap. And I think it's dribble, but I'm not gonna swear to that. Got a name change, so hey, congratulations on the name change. They let you do it, so why not? Anyway, how about some local weather forecast for the remainder of the day? It's November the 19th, a few passing clouds with low temperatures kicking down around 45 or 54 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south to southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then Friday, November the 20th, partly cloudy skies during the morning hours, and then will become overcast in the afternoon. Slight chances of rain showers are highs around 69 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overcast for showers at times overnight, with lows dipping down around 44 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be north to northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. And then Saturday, November the 21st, considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers, with high temperatures only coming up to about 48 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%, but considerable cloudiness with an occasional rain shower overnight. Lows around 39 degrees Fahrenheit with northeasterly winds. And at 5 to 10 mile an hour. Now, chances of rain for the evening and overnight will be 60% also. Sunday, November the 22nd, cloudy skies, that's overcast to you and me. Highs around 47 degrees Fahrenheit with winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Some clouds early will give way to generally clear conditions overnight, with lows around 30 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds will be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, Monday, November the 23rd, sunshine and clouds mixed together. Highs around 50 degrees Fahrenheit with winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy in the evening, and then we'll taper off and on and off rain showers after midnight. And then lows around 37 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain only 50%. That's half and half. Uh, all right, Tuesday, November the 24th, cloudy with occasional rain showers, highs around 54 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be south to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. Overcast with rain showers at times as low and around 40%, and winds are going to be west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. And so there you have your 5 day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Let me check in on something here. Just wanted to get an idea of what's going on. Let's see. What is the new deaths? 1,833. 1,833. Car accident. Checked out positive for COVID. Died of COVID. Not the internal injuries. They didn't. It wasn't the cause of his death. He didn't just because he had fatal internal injuries didn't put him to death. No sirree. It was the COVID that they found in his system. Oh well. And then the guy that had the bullet lodged in his brain. That was due to COVID too, because he was so depressed he decided to commit suicide, and he was scared to death he was going to get COVID anyway, so he figured he'd end it prior to, so he just shot himself in the head. But that was COVID related because he wouldn't have done it had he not been so frightened of the COVID. So there you go. That's two of them chalked up for COVID that wouldn't have necessarily been COVID. How about the people that are under so much stress that brought their heart rates up, which brought them into a point of stroking out and dying of a stroke? Nope, that was because they were scared to death of all the multimedia telling you about how horrible the COVID virus and the COVID pandemic. Pandemic means make you panic because that's all they're doing, folks. They're making you panic. And anyway, that's my take on that. I know, I know. I get a lot of people saying, that's not right. You shouldn't talk bad about, you should talk, the COVID should be something that you need to be careful talking about because, well, you're not a doctor. I know I'm not a doctor. I'm a common sense type guy. And you won't get me shoving no needle full of COVID in my arm. Ain't gonna happen. I don't take a flu virus. I don't take a flu vaccine, and I don't certainly am not gonna take a COVID vaccine. And that's was either way. And each and every year I don't get sick because I have an immune system, folks. And if you don't get anywhere out in the public where you're going to get exposed to this stuff, which I have been and I have had it and I went through it and I survived it, thank you, Father God. But anyway, just because you get it does not mean you're going to die. I'm telling you, folks, if it meant you were going to die, why do you think they would leave you at home for 14 days? They don't even think you're going to die. The chances of you surviving it is 99.9995. Okay? That's if you get it. If you get it, your chances of surviving it are 99.95. I believe here. Let me just check down here right there. Serious or critical cases, there's 1%. Active cases are 16,144,889. That's currently infected patients. Okay. The mild is 99%. Serious are 1%. Closed cases. These are closed cases. You have 97% recovery. 97% recovery. And 3% that don't make it. Now, this is 3% of the people that are exposed or that have it, okay? It's not 3% of the population, folks. It's 3% of the people that have gotten exposed to it. If you got your 39,691,465, and you take that into your 1,364,591 people from all around the world, it's 3% death rate, which is flu. It's the flu, folks. It's just a different strain of the flu. It's a virus, just like any other virus. It will get in you, it will take its course, and it will be done. The flu rate is the same here. What is it coming? How long does a common cold last? And do you possibly, is there a way to die from the common flu? Coronavirus versus influenza, similarities and difference. Because of course they done this. World Health Organization, coronavirus diseases, COVID-19 similarities and differences with influenza. Related. Of course they're related. They're both flus. They're both a virus. Here are how COVID-19 viruses are similar. Firstly, COVID-19 and influenza viruses have a similar disease presentation. That is, they both cause respiratory disease. Oh, so if you go in with flu symptoms, you're automatically going to be marked as a COVID-19 person because you've got the exact same symptoms. Respiratory disease, which presents as a wide range of illnesses from asthmatic or mild through to severe disease and death. Okay, there you go. The flu can cause death. Okay, secondly, both viruses are transmitted by contact. Oh, so if you sneeze in your elbow instead of all out in the air, and you cover your face whenever you do so, then you don't spread the flu quite as fast as you would if you didn't. As a result, the same public health measures, such as hand hygiene and good respiratory etiquette, coughing into your elbow or into a tissue, is immediately disposing of immediately disposing of the tissue, are important actions, and all can be taken to prevent infections. There you go. You can use those two things both to uh, curb both of them. Where does it say put on a mask because you've got the flu? Didn't say it. But did it say that it transmits the same way? Yes, it did. Okay, then why are we all wearing masks? Because of a COVID-19 pandemic. Spread of transmission is an important point of differences between the two viruses. Influenza has a shorter median incubation period, the time from infection to appearance of symptoms, and a shorter series interval, the time between successive cases. The COVID-19 virus, the serial infectable COVID-19 virus, is estimated to be 5 to 6 days, while for influenza virus, the cerebral interval is 3 days. Okay, this means that influenza can spread faster than the COVID-19. Okay, now we got the flu and it spreads faster than COVID-19, faster. Catch that. The common everyday flu spreads faster than the COVID-19. I'm reading this out of World Health Organization, folks. Further transmission in the first three to 5 days of illness or potential pre-symptomatic transmissions of the virus before the appearance of symptoms is a major driver of transmission for influenza. In contrast, while we are learning that there are people who can shed COVID-19 virus in 24 to 48 hours prior to symptoms onset, at present this does not appear to be a major driver of transmission. Therefore, you're not transmitting it as you don't transmit COVID-19 as fast as you do the influenza. Children are important drivers of influenza virus transmission in the community for COVID-19 virus. Initial data indicates that children are less affected by and adults that are that and less affected than adults, and that clinical attack rates in the 0 to 19 age group are low. Further, preliminary data from household transmission studies in China suggested that the children are infected from adults rather than vice versa. Okay, while the range of symptoms of the two viruses is similar, the fraction with severe disease appearance to be different from COVID-19 data to date suggests that 80% of infections infections are mild or asymptomatic. 80% asymptomatic. You don't get nothing. Sniffles. Uh, you don't get sniffles. You don't get fever. You don't you don't get got. You don't get it. 80% of the people that are infected with the COVID-19 virus don't have any symptoms at all whatsoever. So how do you know you're going to die? Why are you afraid that you're going to die? 80% of you don't even know you had it. 15% are severe infections requiring oxygen, and 5% are critical infections requiring ventilation. These fractions of severe and critical infections would be higher than what is observed for influenza. You think they would? A little bit? How do you know? Those most at risk for severe influenza infections are children, pregnant women, elderly, and those with underlying chronic medical conditions, and those who are immunosuppressed for COVID-19, or our current understanding is that older age and underlying conditions increase the risks for severe infections. So therefore, you can have the flu and be in a more dangerous situation with the flu than you can with the COVID-19. There are more people that could be severely infected with the flu. There are children, there are pregnant women, there are elderly, and there are those with underlying chronic medical conditions for the flu. Now, for the COVID, uh, older age and underlying conditions, those are the two. Not pregnant women, not children, but the elderly and the underlying circumstance, underlying conditions. There, that's what I wanted to get out right there. That information. So there you have it, folks. The flu and the COVID are pretty much on the same lines, except for the flu is worse off. It's more contaminating, or it's more contagious. It's affects young more groups of types of people, uh, could be severe for more groups of people than the COVID-19 could. And yet, yet, we closed the country down for world down for COVID-19, and we have not closed the world down for a flu in 100 years, 200 years, 400 years, or ever. Have we ever closed the world down for the flu? I don't think so. Swine flu? Yeah, we might have slowed her down, but we didn't close it down. Did we ever close it down for influenza? Black plague, yeah, we closed it down for something like that, but we never closed down the country for uh, a flu, which is basically a virus, an airborne virus, which goes out into the area and you breathe it in just like COVID-19. So, folks, there you have it. Sorry, had to do it again. I hate doing it. I hate it, but I got so many people that are just being blindly led by by the media out there that is screaming numbers of disdain and torture and carrying on with the scare tactics that they're doing, and it's driving me nuts. Every time you turn on the TV, this many people are contracted with the virus. This many people are contracted with the virus. This many people are contracted with the virus. Okay, enough. I don't care if 57,197,897 people are contracted with the virus. Three million or 39,691,526 of those recovered completely with no symptomatic symptoms at all. So there you go. Anyway, I gotta get off of that page. That page is driving me nuts. Sorry, got on my soapbox. Off the soapbox today. I hope this didn't really throw a lot of people out because a lot of these people that are on my birthday page, I when I shout out a birthday, I always throw a page up for you. And well, if you didn't want to see that, well, I'm sorry. It's there now, and I'm not gonna go back and redo it today because, well, I get to a point where I just get tired of going back and redoing because I said something. And well, I think it's out there and it should be said. Somebody needs to say it. By golly. Anyway, let's do a tune. Uh, I had some tunes. I don't remember what they were. Johnny Cash. I heard Johnny Cash this morning, and well, let's see what it was. It was in Lightning Jack, and it was um, a Wanted Man. Johnny Cash, Wanted Man. Song lyrics. Wanted man in Indiana, wanted man in Ohio, wanted man in Texarkana, wanted man in Mexico, wanted man in Sacramento, wanted man in Old Cheyenne. Where you may look tonight, wherever you may look tonight, you may see this wanted man. Wanted Man by Lucy Watson, Wanted Man by Jenny Brown, Wanted Man by Nellie Johnson, Wanted Man in this next town. Well, I've been all that I wanted. Well, I've had all that I've wanted. Of a lot of things I've had, and a lot more than I needed. Of things that turned out bad. I wanted man in Sacramento, wanted man in Tennessee, wanted man in Oklahoma, wanted man in history. Oh, wanted man in Indiana, wanted man in Ocean. Oh, wanted man wherever you might look tonight, you may see a wanted man. Well, I went to sleep in Shreveport and woke up in Abilene, wondering why the heck I am wanted, as some places halfway in between. So I went home to El Paso, stopped and got myself a map. Went the wrong way into Jezrez with Juanita on my lap. I wanted man in Indiana, wanted man in Mexico, wanted man in Milwaukee, wanted man in Buffalo. I wanted man in Minneapolis, wanted man in Ocean. Wherever you might look tonight, you may see this wanted man. Wanted man in old Milwaukee, wanted man, yes there I am. Wanted man, wanted man, wanted man. Wanted man in Cheyenne, Jackson, wherever Gate City go. On Bristol, wanted man. Alright, there you go. That was Wanted Man by Johnny Cash. Da, 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 da. Ah, who else? Chris Christopherson. Yeah, yeah. Song lyrics, Chris Christopherson. Hey, did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world? And if you did, why she crying? There it is. Well, I took myself down to the Tally Ho Tavern to buy me a bottle of beer. And I set myself down by a tender young maiden whose eyes were dark as her hair. And as I was searching from bottle to bottle for something unfoolish to say, That silver-tongued devil just slipped from the shadows and smilingly stole her away. I said, "Hey, little girl, don't you know he's the devil? He's everything that I ain't, hiding intentions of evil under the smile of a saint. All he's good for is getting in trouble and shifting his share of the blame. And some people swear he's my double, and some even say we're the same. But that silver-tongued devil's got nothing to lose, and I'll only live till I die. We take our own chances and pay our own dues. That silver-tongued devil and I. Like all the fair maidens who've laid down beside him, she knew in her heart that he'd lied. Nothing that I could have said could have saved her, no matter how hard I tried. 'Cause she'll offer her charms to the darkness and danger, or something that she's never known, and open her arms as the smile of a stranger who'll love her and leave her alone. And hey, don't you know he's the devil? He's everything that I ain't, hiding intentions of evil under the smile of a saint. All he's good for is getting in trouble and shifting his share of the blame. And some people swear he's my double, and some even say we're the same. But that silver-tongued devil's got nothing to lose, and I'll only live till I die. We take our own chances and pay our own dues. That silver-tongued devil and I. How about a little Jody and the kid? Do y'all remember Jody and the kid? She would meet me in the morning on my way down to the river, waiting patient by the china berry tree, with her feet already dusty from the pathway to the levee, and her little blue jeans rolled up to her knees. Well, I'd pay her no attention as she tagged along beside me, trying hard to copy everything I did. But I couldn't keep from smiling when I'd hear somebody saying, "Look yonder, there goes Jody and the kid." Even after we grew older, we could still be seen together as we walked along the levee, holding hands. For as surely as the seasons, she was changing to a woman, and I'd lived long enough to call myself a man. And she'd often lay beside me in the coolness of the evening till the morning sun was shining on my bed. And at times when she was a-sleepin', I would smile when I'd remember how they used to call us Jody and the kid. Now the world's a little older, and the years have changed the river, 'cause there's houses where there didn't used to be. And on Sundays I go walking down the pathway to the levee with another little girl who follows me. Well, and it makes the old folks smile to see her tag along beside me, doing little things the way her mama did. But it gets a little lonesome When I hear somebody saying, look yonder, there goes Jody and the kid. All right, all right. Had to do it. Oh, bo 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 ba do ba ba bo ba da bo ba da bo ba do da ba ba do ba do ba do da ba do do ba do ba da bum ba do do ba do. Oh, let's see. How about the Hangman? We can do the Hangman. Somebody asked me a request on that one the other day. Um, Song lyrics to Hangman hanging from a tree. Let's see here. I know there's got to be more of it. As I rode into Tombstone on my horse, his name was Mac. I saw what I'll relate to you going on behind my back. It seems the folks were all in arms. A man now had to die for believing things that didn't fit the laws they set aside. Well, the man's name was I'm a Freak, the best that I could see, and he was the executioner, a hangman just like me. I guess he'd seen a hopeless from working with his rope. He'd hung the wrong man many times, so now he turned into hope. Well, he talked to all the people from his scaffold in the square. He told them of the things he found, but they didn't seem to care. He said the laws were obsolete and a change they should demand. But the people only walked away and he couldn't understand. The marshal's name was Uncle Sam. He said he'd right this wrong. He made the hangman shut his mouth if it took him all day long. He finally arrested Freak and then he sent for me. So to hang a fellow hangman from a fellow hangman's tree. Well, it didn't take them long to try him in their court of law. He was guilty then of thinking a crime much worse than all. They sentenced him to die so his seed of thought can't spread and infect the little children that, well, that's what the law had said. So the hanging day came around, and he walked up to the noose. I pulled the lever, but before he fell, I cut him loose. They called it conspiracy, and that I had to die. So to close our mouths and kill our minds, they hung us side by side. Now we're two hangmen hanging from a tree. And that don't bother me at all. Two hangmen hanging from a tree. And that don't bother me at all. I said, and now we're two hangmen hanging from a tree. That don't bother me at all. Two hangmen hanging from a tree. All right, there you have it. That's because I opened my mouth the other day, you know. They blocked off all my blogs were blocked off. I could not get them from YouTube to uh, over to Facebook. And they were all on Facebook. You know, I had all of them. I mean, what, 3, 4 years worth of blogs were on Facebook, and they were all gone. I mean, every one of them. I roundabouted it and got on there anyway, but then they blocked them off. Now, this one I could understand because sometimes I do say some political stuff that they do not agree with, the establishment does not agree with, and fact checkers don't agree with. But my other one, the Bible with Briscoe 2020, all I do is read the Bible. And their disclaimer on that, right at, I tell you, I'll read it right off of their page because I put it on my page and I said, this is what they said. They had the audacity to say, now this is just reading the Bible. Folks, the Bible, okay? It was the Bible. I read the verses from the Holy Book, the one that we're no longer allowed to believe in, I guess. Is that what the deal is? Where's it at? Come on, let's get down here and find it. Oh, goodness. Okay. No, that's another one. That was a different one where I read the Bible. It's a few days back here, I guess. Where's it at? Oh, come on. Come on now. Sorry. I should have prepared for this. No, I shouldn't have prepared for it. I didn't need to prepare for it. I wasn't planning on reading it, but when it came up, boy, I was a little upset about it because they had shut me down. Oh, come on. Where you at? Okay, here we go. I found it. Okay, my post I put was how do you spread fake news more readily by stopping the truth with Facebook fact checkers. That's what I said. But anyway, this is what they post after they removed my reading of the Bible with Briscoe 2020. They removed all the videos, and then they put this to fight false news. Facebook pushes misleading content further down in news feed and provides additional articles on the same topic. If a group repeatedly shares false news, the Bible, really, folks? Facebook may push all of that group's content down in newsfeed, which may mean fewer people visit the group. Facebook may also stop suggesting that people join the group. Really? Reading the Bible? All right, there you go. That's ooh. All right. Okay. Anyway, let's read it. Let's read something for the kids. Let's do some bedtime stories for you. Time for it's getting Christmassy. No, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Mm, Bedtime stories. Time to put the beds away. Put the children down to sleep. Put the children away. Oh, I'm gonna say it's time to lay the heads of the children down. Lie down, sweet child, lie down. Put your head deep in your pillow. Roll over and keep your eyes open for as long as you can. But now it's time that our story began. This is a princess story. It's called The Princess and the Salt. A very long time ago, there lived a king and his 3 daughters. One day the king wanted to find out which of his daughters loved him the most. So he called his daughters and asked, how much do each of you love me, my dears? Well, the eldest daughter replied, I love you as much as I love gold. The king was happy because, well, gold is very valuable. The second one replied, I love you as much as I love diamonds. On hearing this, the king was even happier because, well, diamonds are more sparkly and shiny than gold. But the youngest daughter said, I love you as much as I love salt, dear father. On hearing this, the king was furious. How can you say something like that? He shouted at his youngest daughter. In your eyes, my value is only as much as mere salt. He was so angry and humiliated that he banished his youngest daughter into the forest. Sad and rejected, the princess began to wander in the forest when she heard the sound of the horse's hoofs galloping towards her. Frightened, the princess hid in a hollow of a tree, and the horse halted near the tree, and a handsome young man alighted. He said he had seen the princess hiding behind the tree. I am a wealthy merchant, said the young man, and I live in the neighboring kingdom. What are you doing all alone in this dense forest? The princess then told him her story. I love my father very much, but he doesn't understand, she sobbed. One day he will, consoled the merchant, and they quickly fell in love, and soon they were married. The wealthy merchant bought the youngest princess as uh, brought the youngest princess as his bride to live with him in his mansion. Then one day the king lost his way while hunting. For 2 days he wandered in the forest. Then, as fate would have it, he reached the mansion of the merchant. Hungry and tired, he approached the merchant, presented himself, and sought the young man's help. Although the merchant knew the king was none other than his wife's father, he kept quiet about it. I shall arrange food for you, your majesty, he said. Then the merchant went into his wife, the princess, and told her about her father's arrival. The princess decided to do all the cooking herself, and quickly dismissed the cooks. Not long after, a big feast was presented to the king. Starving, he quickly began eating, but then he realized that that the food had no flavor, absolutely no taste. What is this? I can't imagine that someone could ever eat this food like this, said the king as he demanded a to speak with the cook. Immediately, to his astonishment, there stood his daughter in the front of him. The princess said, Hello, father. Your food is horrible because it does not have salt in it. Your life would be terrible without salt, wouldn't it? Do you understand now how much I love you? The king held his daughter in his arms, and he apologized to her, promising never to doubt the love she had for him ever again. This is a valuable depiction of one of the best stories ever. So just remember, a little spice of life goes a long way. You know, don't forget, your kids love you, no matter what. Okay, let's see. That was the princess and the salt. Should we do another one for tonight? Let us see. The little boy with the slingshot? Oh, I remember that one. Oh, no. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Oh, oh, do. Let's see, how much time do we got going on here? You know what? Oh, my goodness, it's time to do our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. So here we go, folks. Our Daily Bread portion of the program today is going to be brought to you by The Bible with Briscoe 2020. The Bible with Briscoe 2020 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2020 will be Ezekiel 11 through 13 and James 1. Okay, here we go. Valiant actions. Valiant actions are what the devotion for the daily bread portion of the program is today. And we're going to be reading John 10, 7 through 18. John 10, 7 through 18. Therefore Jesus said again, very truly I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who have come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep have not listened to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. They will come in and go out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand is not the shepherd and does not own the sheep. So, when he sees the wolf coming, he abandons the sheep and runs away. Then the wolf attacks the flock and scatters it. The man runs away because he is a hired hand and cares nothing for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father. And I lie down my life for the sheep. I have other sheep that are not of this sheep pen. I must bring them also. They too will listen to my voice, and there shall be one flock and only one shepherd. The reason my Father loves me is that I lay down my life only to take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down for my own accord. I have authority to lay it down and authority to take it up again. This command I received from my Father. And there you have it. That was John 10, 7 through 18. Valiant action. Very, very valiant. Our brother Jesus has laid down his life for us to bring us through the gate. All right, there you have it. Hey, that's the end of the Daily Bread portion of the program, which was brought to you today by The Bible with Briscoe 2020, a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Don't forget to tune into the the Bible with Briscoe 2020 to get your daily reading of the Bible. Alrighty, my friends, that's it for the Shen Show. This here has been your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, saying hello and how are you? Got one more song for you, and that would be, oh, well, goodbye, my friends, it's time to go. I said goodbye, my friends, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends, goodbye. This here has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you again? You know what? I want you to have a blessed day, and remember, God loves you, and so do I. So come back and see me tomorrow because, well, hey, I'll be here, and I hope that you are too.